My last name is Buds, and I don't sell pot, but hey, you don't really need to anymore in the state of California. I've got 15 questions for you on marijuana on today's mini episode. This is trivia with Buds, like Smoke Buds and Ryan Buds. Get it? Huh? Maybe I should have eaten half of that edible. Be it what? And welcome to the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. This is a mini episode of the show. We put out this trivia show with lots of questions for you to test your wits on every single Tuesday and Thursday. We do the full episodes on Tuesday, and this Tuesday, you can listen to me sit down with my good friend, screenwriting consultant Pilar Alessandra from the On the Page podcast. If you are any kind of writer, you need to check out her show, On the Page, wherever you listen to podcasts. There's over 400 episodes of advice and great guests on the craft and business of screenwriting. I've been a co-host on that show for a number of years, and I've gotten to meet some very, very cool people, including Terry Rossio, the writer of Aladdin, and he signed my Blu-ray copy of Aladdin. Very neat. We'll be doing some women's history trivia this Tuesday. It's a really fun episode, so look forward to that. Today's mini episode topic was picked by Patreon subscriber Natalie Santiago, who runs a weed-centric clothing company. It's called Hotbox Wholesale. You can check them out on Instagram, instagram.com/hotboxwholesale for great shirts and cannabis-infused slogans and different sweatshirts and things you can wear. There's a great shirt on there. It says, "Not shy, just high." And that's a shirt I just have to have very soon. Before we dive into today's episode, a huge special thank you to all the folks who have shared their generous donations over on my brand new Patreon page. You can go to patreon.com/trivia with Buds and see all the perks and rewards you can get for giving between $1 and $20 a month. It's almost April, so I'm getting ready to package out and send all the really cool stuff going out for all the reward people for April. Stuff like VHS tapes, custom cartoon stickers, pop culture art squares, the likes of Elvira, Nightcrawler, and the Royal Tenenbaums. That's just to name a few. We've got all kinds of cool stuff coming up in the rewards, so check out patreon.com/trivia with Buds and see what you can get if you're a fan of this show and what I do. We have 90 other episodes of this show that are all named by the topics they are about, so go back and check out some of these cartoon-themed trivia episodes with topics like mini episode 3, all about The Simpsons, episode 44 that had some Futurama trivia on it, and episode 12, Hanna-Barbera character trivia. That's a really fun one. It's 2000s hip-hop versus Hanna-Barbera characters with my friends Trevor Smith and Harry Moros. Trevor does all the icons. If you've ever seen on the podcast artwork, all the icons floating around me, he drew all those by hand. So go back and listen to that one. That's a really fun one. Without any further ado, we're going to dive into 15 questions on weed picked by listener Natalie Santiago. Here we go. All right, everybody, we got 15 questions for you on the wonderful world of marijuana. Here's question number 1 on weed. In 1971, Cheech and Chong released their first movie. What was the title of that movie? Question number 1, in 1971, Cheech and Chong released their first movie. What was it called? Question number 2, what artist had a song in 2000 called Because I Got High? Question number 2, what artist had a song in 2000 called Because I Got High? Question number 3. Would a sativa strain of marijuana more likely relax your body or alter your mind? Question number 3. Would a sativa strain of marijuana more likely relax your body or alter your mind? Question number 4. What comedic actress openly uses weed to cope with her glaucoma and stands by legalizing it? Question number 4. What comedic actress openly uses weed to cope with her glaucoma and stands by legalizing it? Question number 5. The comedy film How High starred what rap duo? Question number 5. The comedy film How High starred what rap duo? Question number 6. What network aired the show Weeds? Question number 6. What network aired the show Weeds? Question number 7. What 1936 propaganda film warned about the harmful side effects of smoking marijuana? Question number 7, what 1936 propaganda film warned about the harmful side effects of smoking weed? Question number 8, who played stoner Jeff Spicoli in Fast Times at Ridgemount High? Question number 8, who played stoner Jeff Spicoli in Fast Times at Ridgemount High? Question number 9, what year did the movie Dazed and Confused come out? Question number 9, what year did Dazed and Confused come out? Question number 10, Full House actor Bob Saget had a memorable cameo in what 1998 stoner comedy? Question number 10, Full House actor Bob Saget had a memorable cameo in what 1998 stoner comedy? Question number 11, Kathy Bates stars on what Netflix dispensary-themed sitcom? Question number 11, Kathy Bates stars on what Netflix dispensary sitcom? Question number 12. What song was used in the main promotions for the film Pineapple Express in 2008? Question number 12. What song was used to promote the movie Pineapple Express in 2008? Question number 13. What magazine had been covering marijuana culture since 1974? Question 13. What magazine has been covering marijuana culture since 1974? Question number 14. What brand of chocolate taffy edible has come in many varieties since 2009? Question 14. What brand of chocolate taffy edible has come in many varieties since 2009? And question number 15. The Apollo Ohm Go, Aspire CFVV, and Innokin Endura T18 are all types of what? Question number 15. The Apollo Ohm Go, Aspire CFVV, and Innokin Endura T18 are all types of what? Those are your 15 questions on weed. We're going to tell you a quick story about me and weed, and we'll be back with the answers to those questions. Okay, I was thinking about a story and me and marijuana, and I'm not a huge weed smoker. I didn't really do any kind of drugs in college like most people do. My roommate constantly was getting me, trying to get me to smoke with him because he was really into it back in the mid-2000s, and I just never really got anything out of it, so I usually passed on grass. And around, I don't know, my late 20s, mid to late 20s, I somehow got interested in it, and somebody gave me an edible. So I had a cookie, chocolate chip cookie. This was south side of Chicago, and I was getting ready to do a comedy show at a place called the Roundhouse in Aurora, Illinois. And I got this edible, and I'm like, you know what? I've never performed under the influence. I'm going to take a few bites. So I took a bite or two of this cookie, and I drove to, I didn't drive. Actually, Ashley was with me, my wife, and drove me to this comedy show. And on the way there, it was like a 45-minute to an hour drive. I started to lose my mind, and I was like, oh my God, there's no way I can do this comedy show. This is going to be insane. And I'm out of my mind. And I got there, and I told the booker, I'm like, hey, I had an allergic reaction. So I feel very off, and I might not be able to, I'll get up on stage, but I might not be able to do the full half hour. And he goes, wow. He goes, that sounds like the last time I smoked some mean reefer. And I was like, wow, yeah, that's kind of what it feels like, I guess. And anyway, got on stage, supposed to do a half hour. There were like 2 bachelorette parties. I ended up doing, I think, 50 minutes. And it was going well. And from what I remember, I don't remember anything I said, but when I got off stage, I just remember I was like, hey, I'm sorry I went so long. He goes, no, you were doing great, and I thought I'd keep you up there. And the headliner was down for it too. So it worked out to my benefit. But again, I have no idea what I said for 50 full minutes of my life. And I do remember Ashley took a cool picture of me, like a silhouette of me somehow through a curtain on the other side of a glass wall where the stage was. And it's on Facebook somewhere, so I'll try and find it. But that's my quick story about weed. That was the only real time I performed stand-up comedy under the influence of marijuana. We're going to dive into your answers to those 15 questions on weed. Here we go. All right, let's see what you got right and wrong on these 15 questions on marijuana. Question number 1, in 1971, Cheech and Chong released their first movie. What was it called? The answer was Cheech and Chong. That's right, the self-titled movie was the name of the first one. Up in Smoke was probably the popular answer there, but that came a little bit later. Cheech and Chong was the answer. Number 2, what artist had a song in 2000 called Because I Got High? And that was Afro Man. Afro Man. I was going to go to school, but then I got high. That's not a good influence, right, for all the school kids out there. Number 2. Number 3, what would a sativa strain of marijuana more likely relax your body or alter your mind? And the answer was body. That would more likely relax your body. Indica is if you want to start having some thoughts. They say indica is great for working, I think, and sativa is good for like going to sleep, watching Netflix, that kind of stuff. Number 4, what comedic actress openly uses weed to cope with her glaucoma and stands by legalizing it? That's Whoopi Goldberg. Sister Act nun herself, Whoopi Goldberg. Question number 5, the comedy film How High starred what rap duo? The answer was Method Man and Redman. Those two guys are always getting into all kind of shenanigans. That's Method Man and Redman. One time I saw them at the Paris Hotel in Vegas. They were leaving like the venue of that where you can do a concert, and they just kind of stopped, and a few people were taking pictures with them, and they seemed like real nice guys. Question number 6, what network aired the show Weeds? That was Showtime. Showtime. My wife used to watch this. I never really got into it, but a lot of people loved it. Weeds on Showtime. Question number 7, what 1936 propaganda film warned about the harmful side effects of smoking weed? That was Reefer Madness. Reefer Madness. I have this in my trunk right now where I'm recording this podcast on VHS. My friend Derek McClurg of McClurg & Sons Reclaimed Furniture. If you want to look him up on Instagram, he has amazing pieces. He found it for me and thought I would dig it. Question number 8, who played Stoner Jeff Spicoli in Fast Times at Ridgemount High? That was Sean Penn. Sean Penn, the actor from Fast Times. Question number 9, what year did Dazed and Confused come out? The great year of 1993. 93 was the answer for Dazed and Confused. I was a young boy of 8, and I was probably watching cartoons, maybe Animaniacs. Question number 10, Full House actor Bob Saget had a memorable cameo in what 1998 stoner comedy? That was Half-Baked, which was co-written by Dave Chappelle. Great movie, Half-Baked, Jim Brewer, and the rest. Number 11, Kathy Bates stars on what Netflix dispensary sitcom? That's Disjointed. I've watched, I think, the pilot, and I thought, maybe not for me. But maybe it got better. I think it's got 2 seasons already on Netflix. Disjointed, Kathy Bates. Question number 12, what song was used in the main promotions for Pineapple Express in 2008? That was Paper Planes by M.I.A. That's a fun song with gunshots in it. Number 12. Question 13, what magazine had been covering marijuana culture since 1974? That is High Times. High Times magazine, which is a goal of mine to just be on the cover since my last name is Buds at some point. Maybe I can do that. Number 14, what brand of chocolate taffy edible has come in many varieties since 2009? Those are Chiba Chews. Chiba Chews. They're like little Tootsie Roll size things or little blocks of taffy. And if you eat a whole one, your whole week is ruined. Number 14. Here's number 15. The Apollo Ohm Go, Aspire CF-VV, and Anakin Endura T18 are not calculators. No, they are not graphing calculators. They are vaporizers, vape pens specifically. So if you're looking to vape some THC, that's 3 brands that you can use. So those were the answers to your questions on weed. How did you do? I hope you had a good time testing yourself on those 15 questions. Hit me up on social media at RyanBuds on everything and tell me your score out of 15. I always like hearing that. Also, if you like this show, if you like what I'm doing, if you like trivia in general, and you want to get some amazing rewards mailed to you monthly, go to triviawithbuds.com and click on Patreon, or go to patreon.com/triviawithbuds. There's 2 options there, and I would love to have you as part of the Patreon family. We are going to be doing some very cool stuff very soon. Everybody who has donated $5 or more gets to have a one-on-one Skype call on any topic they want. 5 questions. So I'm doing one with Patreon subscriber Alexander DeSmet very soon, and he picked The Wire. So I'm going to ask him 5 questions on The Wire, and I'll take that audio and I'll insert it on a future podcast. So that'll be tons of fun. And Tuesday, we're back with a full-length episode again with Pilar Alessandra and women's history. And next Thursday, a new mini episode on true crime, picked by Patreon subscriber Alexis Eck. Special thanks to all my Patreon subscribers, including Earl Clark, Alex DeSmet, Jordan Zeilinger, Natalie Santiago, Alexis Eck, Fiona Neville, Jess Whitener, and Manny McNelly. Thank you guys very, very much for your donations. And if you're listening near or far and want to plan a trivia event hosted by me, I would love to do it. You pick the rounds, I write the questions, and I'll come entertain your friends, your family, your coworkers, whoever. Email ryanbuds@gmail.com, and we'll get some great ideas going for your party. Thanks again for listening to this show, and we'll see you next time for more Trivia with Buds. Cheers.